Let's bring in Richard Haass, President Emeritus of the Council on Foreign Relations, Senior Counselor at Centerview Partners. Richard, thanks so much for the help today. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Carl.
So you're accepting or listening to the president's comments with a light touch, I guess.
First of all, the ceasefire's never been a true ceasefire. Second of all, it's come and go, and it's going to come and go again. I think, Carl, I would simply get ready for a future in which there's intermittent negotiations and there's intermittent exchanges of fire. That's the future of the Middle East.
Are there important catalysts within that? I mean, he's talking today about Israel withdrawing troops from Lebanon. He thinks it'll happen. I mean, could things like that pick the lock?
In a word, no. There's Iran has emerged from this conflict in an advantaged position and wants to assert a significant degree of influence, even control, over the Strait of Hormuz. There's all the fundamental questions about the future of its nuclear program, its support for groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, its rebuilding of its, say, ballistic missile inventory. So, yeah, Lebanon, as significant as it is, I'll be blunt, is something of a sideshow to some of these other fundamental issues.
So how long do you see this lasting? I mean, the rest of the president's tenure at the White House? I mean, I wonder how long something like this could go on without either becoming exacerbated or just walking away completely.
You're not going to like my answer, but this is the future. This is the new normal. And again, I think we have to get used to the idea that there'll be off and on negotiations, off and on partial or full closures of the strait, off and on exchanges of military fire. If and when we have inspections of the nuclear program, those will be off and on and so forth. This is the future. We're going to have to live in a kind of gray area, neither peace nor war. And I would say, ultimately markets will probably get more used to it. The kind of volatility we're seeing today, I think we'll see less of it down the road because people will get somewhat inured to it. I think what will also probably happen is you'll see a much more concerted effort to reduce vulnerability or dependence on, rather, the Strait of Hormuz, whether it's pipelines or increasing production in other part of the world. I think what you're going to see is the market adjusting to the reality that the Middle East is going to remain turbulent.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually some of these pipelines, the East-West, they got tested at scale and they worked. Chinese have obviously dropped their buying. It sounds like maybe does Iran's leverage erode along with that?
A really good point. I think gradually it does, at least in terms of control of the strait. You'll have demand destruction in places like China, to the U.S. or Venezuela or other places. We'll see replacement. We'll see pipelines being built. All of these will reduce the centrality. Won't eliminate it, but will reduce the centrality of the Strait of Hormuz. We'll still have real concerns, in particular over Iran's nuclear program. So that's not going to go away. That's open-ended. But I do think the narrow issue of the strait will probably become slightly less central over time.